Welcome back, viewers and subscribers. This is our boy Sports with Greg with a long overdue video for your favorite YouTube sports channel, Philly Sports TV. And today I'm gonna divert a little bit from regular footballing discussions, talk a little bit about cricket. Not gonna be a long video, just a short one to point out some issues and things that I've seen going on with West Indies cricket over the past years. But just over the past year, I've been paying more attention to West Indies cricket on a whole. Okay, so currently we have the T20 World Cup going on in the UAE, and unfortunately, West Indies is not doing so good. I mean, I grew up in an era where West Indies were one of, if not the dominant force in world cricket. But unfortunately, these days, we struggle to beat the likes of Afghanistan or Bangladesh, who just became cricketing nations within the past decade. Okay, so first off, what I want to ask the viewers, and you can leave your comments in the comment section. What do you think is the cause for the decline in West Indies cricket? I mean, I know a lot of islanders will say, well, the commercial appeal is not like the American sports, so it's hard to get kids to be as interested as they were probably back in the 80s, 90s, probably even as far back as the 70s. But we still have a lot of kids playing. We still have a lot of kids with raw talent that, you can see the talent there. But then when they get to the bigger stage, the international stage, this does not transcend from what they used to do at the youth level. Like for instance, the West Indies under-19s won the Youth World Cup in 2015-16. Now, out of that squad, probably, I think there's two players, Alshari Joseph and can't remember the Guyanese batsman, but those are the only two that are currently in the West Indies squad at the T20 World Cup. Now, let's flip the switch to another country or another cricketing nation that to me believes more in their youth. Pakistan. Last summer, I had the privilege of being home for a month, so I got the chance to watch a lot of cricket. Watch Pakistan versus England, Pakistan versus West Indies versus England, and the list goes on. Now, what stands out to me most for the Pakistani team is the mixture of youth and experience that they have in it. Their two opening bowlers last summer, 2020, were a 17-year-old named Naseem Shah and a 19 years old, or soon to be 20 back then, named Shaheen Shah. Now, Naseem Shah was given his debut for Pakistan at the tender age of 16 years old, and he was their opening bowler. Now, if that doesn't take a lot of guts, and it's not like throughout the islands, throughout the Caribbean, you're not gonna find kids as talented. But just like was the issue back in the day, back in the 90s, it's the same issue now with West Indies cricket. It's hard for these selectors to give someone that young, that tender age, their debut or a chance in the West Indies senior team. I don't know if it's because they don't want to offend the senior players, or if the WICB puts the pressure on them. I don't know what the deal is. But like I said, just like back when I grew up watching cricket, where the senior players, they took forever to retire, or forever to step down, or the selectors found it hard to select these young talents who were at the top of their game. I'm not saying you're gonna go around the region and pick every youngster that you see taking 5-wicket hauls in an innings or 10 wickets hauled in a match, but you gotta be able to identify where the talent is, and every now and then give one of them a chance. If it's even to play in some of these warm-up games, give them a chance to go out there and make a name for themselves. Now, the next thing that I think has a big impact to do with the fall off of West Indies cricket is it's a mixture between coaching from the youth level and the wickets that we play on in the West Indies. Now, a lot of our coaches and the groundsmen, how they prepare these wickets, I think are still stuck in the 80s, early 90s when West Indies used pace to dominate the world of cricket. Back then the fearsome four, whichever four it was that we picked, because back then spin bowlers didn't even get a chance in the West Indies team. But whichever four we picked could bowl out a team in a test game for 100 or less runs. Now, wickets across the world and batsmen across the world are prepared for that these days. So we're not gonna go out there and the rules of the game have changed a lot too, where back in the day you could probably bowl 6 bouncers for the over. Now you're limited to one legal one. So the way our young players are being coached up and the way they play, I'm still thinking that it's all about the pace and short pitch deliveries. If any of you are paying attention to the current T20 World Cup or the T20 leagues around right now, or whenever we play one-day internationals, our bowlers just get slapped away every time they run up on bowl, because it's all about short pitch deliveries, trying to get a player out like that. If you watch the Pakistanis play, there's a lot of, they use pace too, there's a lot of pace bowlers for them, but they swing the ball a lot. If you watch the English bowlers, there's a lot of swing. If you watch the New Zealanders, a lot of swing. Currently, I think only West Indies, somewhat Australia, somewhat South Africa are stuck with their pace bowlers trying to use just pure pace to dominate these batsmen. Most of the other cricketing nations that are being successful, their pace bowlers use a lot of line and length, which surprisingly is something that was taught a lot when I was going to high school. So I don't understand how these pace bowlers for West Indies, when they get to the international stage, it's all about pace for them, when some of them not even as fast as our pace bowlers used to be back in the day. So I'm thinking probably some of our players, which I know it is hard to get into county cricket in England because you have to be of elite level for them to give you a contract on their county cricketing teams. But their cricketing leagues play right around. I mean, not everyone can get into the IPL in India, but Pakistan have a league. New Zealand has a league down there. Some of our players need to start branching out. Whoever is representing them, just like football players are trying to get contracts in different countries, trying to learn, the game from a different point of view. I think the cricketers in the region need to start doing that, need to start getting out of their comfort zone, go into different countries, learn the game from a different angle than what they were brought up on, And like I said, the coaches need to start doing a better job of how our young, especially bowlers, because our bowling attack used to be elite. Right now, even if the batsmen go out there and put up a decent score, you're still not confident because you're saying to yourself, okay, if we can hit 200 in a or 150 in a T20 game against their bowlers, what are they gonna do to ours? Because our bowlers are not as good. And also, like I pointed out before, some of these groundsmen, they need to start preparing the pitches differently. Okay, Trinidad and Guyana are known for producing a lot of good spinners. Make some of these grounds or prepare some of these pitches where it's conducive to spin. You know, okay, Jamaica and Antigua, known for good pace wickets. Okay, let it stay that way. Places like Barbados prepare their wicket where there's a lot of swing involved in it. You know, stuff like that. But West Indies cricket need to change up the way how they think from the selectors or from the WICB all the way down to the groundsmen. They need to make a lot of changes to their cricket, their way of thinking cricket. If not, we're gonna have to be playing qualifiers whenever it's time to go to the World Cup, like Ireland and Netherlands and countries like those. We do not need our cricket to fall off that far. Anyway, that's all I have time for now. So catch you next time with another interesting video. Hope you like this one. Continue to like, subscribe, and share, and leave your comments in the comment section if you have anything to add. If you feel like there was something that I need